Okay, so I was promising everybody I was going to send $100 to one of my subscribers when I hit 100 subscribers, and before I knew it, I was over 100 subscribers, and I had some stuff going on, so I haven't been able to do that yet, but I promise I will get that done, and I have the names of the original 100 subscribers. I'm not going to add the new subscribers to that, but I'll probably give out $200 when I hit 200 subscribers. So we'll get to that later. So anyway, that's an update on that. I will get to it pretty soon. The next thing is I'm going to have a merch store pretty soon on my website, which is diamondbacktractorservices.com, and I'll have these hats and the shirts, and I'm going to have a nice winter coat, some mugs, some shoes probably. I'm going to have quite a few things. Pretty much the stuff that I'm going to have for me to wear when I'm doing quotes and working and stuff. And I might add other stuff later on down the line, you know. So that's an update on that. And now we're going to get into what I'm going to do on this video, which is I have an auger on my excavator, and I need to make some a teeth for the auger so it'll bite in and dig better, because it's just when it gets to hard dirt, it just doesn't dig into caliche and stuff very well, and I'm going to try to fix that by adding some teeth. So we're going to do that today, but we're also going to cover a little bit of the Harbor Freight titanium MiG 170, and I also am going to be running that on 2 generators with a link. It's called a linear connection, or a linear, what is it? It's a Predator generator linear something. Anyway, it connects two generators together to make one bigger generator. Because I tried welding with the 170 on one 3500 watt generator, and it worked, but it just wasn't quite enough. So I'm going to link the two together. So I'll show you how to hook up that linear connection for the generators, and we're going to review how it works and how well it works. We're going to review how well the MiG 170 works on the two 3500 watt generators with the linear connection, and I'm also going to show you the teeth that I made that I'm going to weld onto this auger bit. So I guess we can get into it. So I made an adapter to go from this 50 watt, or this adapter goes from a 50 amp 4-prong. It's got 2 positives, a common, and a ground on it, and I've made an adapter to use 115 or 120 or 110 20 amp plug, and that plugs into my welder. As far as this linear connection goes, it's super easy. You just plug these, you just take these and plug them right in to the thing. At first I looked in there and it's all plastic, but that's how it works. You don't have to take that little plastic piece out of there. Just plug it right into the thing, and then you hook your ground up with a nut right here, a nut and bolt right here, and then you do the same thing on the other one. This linear connector has 2 wires, one for each generator, and you hook up each one. So, and then you just start them. So I'm going to turn this on and start it. These are really nice generators. They're very quiet. And I already had it running, so I didn't need to put the choke on. Well, the choke needs to be on for this one. Alright, there you go. And they're very quiet. I mean, we're right here next to them. I'm touching it. They're super quiet. They're really, really nice. They got a lot of features. They got two 20 amp plugs or 15 amp plugs. And they got I don't know what amp this one is, like a 30 amp plug right here. It's 120. I think that's a 30 amp. It might be a 20 amp. Oh no, it is 30 amp. So a 30 amp plug. These are 20 amp plugs. It's got a DC 12 volt plug that you can use for charging batteries or whatever, your car battery or whatever you want to run on 12 volts. So, and it has an eco, which I'm going to put on both of them. So it see how it runs higher higher RPM when it's not charging anything. It's nothing's being ran right now on it. But if you put that eco throttle on, it'll throttle it down to a lower idle until you need to use something, and then it'll kick up the RPMs. So that's that. This is what the front of this, that's what the front of that linear connection looks like. Those are about $100 at Harbor Freight. And here's the MiG 170 welder. I've got it all set up. This is the auger bit that I'm going to be putting those teeth on. Let me go grab the teeth. I made the teeth last night. I cut them with the 60 amp or the 65 plasma 65 from Harbor Freight, which is so far has been a really good plasma cutter. I really like it. And one of the things I really like about it is that you could get all the consumables from Harbor Freight, and there's Harbor Freight everywhere. I'm down in Bisbee, Arizona, and there's a Harbor Freight about 35 minutes away. So yeah, any other plasma cutter that I have two other ones, and any one that I've ever used, like Friends and stuff like that, the consumables are really expensive and they're hard to get. You got to go to the welding store, which makes it even more expensive, or you have to order them online and wait 3 or 4 days or however long. So I really like the Harbor Freight plasma cutter, and the welder seems to be doing great too. We're going to find out even more about that today. But I'll put you guys over here and make sure you got a good view, and then I'll get to work on this auger bit. I'll move these helmets and stuff out of the way. I really want to thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe and all of that good jazz. It really helps me out, and I'd like to build my channel so I can entertain people and give people information when they need it and all that good jazz. Give me just a second. I really like that people can see my projects and stuff, and it's nice to be able to show people what you build and things, projects that you have. It's much more enjoyable when you know other people can see it. You might, I don't know. So I'm just getting the slag off of these teeth that from the plasma cutter. Probably could have cut it a little bit faster and it wouldn't have had as much slag, but I was doing it last night. I was tired. I've been working all day and all kinds of stuff like that. So excuses, I guess. Everybody's got something to tell me. Alright. I already set the settings on my welder, and alright, here we go, folks. Works really good. That's much better than before. Give me a second here and I'll show you some of these welds. I'm down here working on that big job that my neighbor's house, or my neighbor's property. I'm augering a bunch of holes for him for his fence around the property where he's going to build his house, and I'll take you guys down there and show you that later. So I kept saying linear kit, and it's parallel kit. So I just wanted to correct the record there. Well, I don't know if I pushed record or not, but if I didn't, I welded these on here. It's not the most beautiful weld in the world, but I think they're going to hold. And these teeth are just to help break up the caliche and stuff. I'm using this MIG 170 titanium welder, which is great. It did a great job on that, and it's running off of these two 35-watt Predator super quiet generators. They're inverter generators, and I've got this linear connection that connects both generators together to make a 7,000 watt generator. And then I'm using an adapter that I made that goes from a 50 watt or a 50 amp plug to a 20 amp household plug. So anyway, it welded that up great, and I apologize if I didn't get that in there before. If I didn't push record, I apologize. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. So here's a little bit of video of the auger bit after I put those teeth on it. It did a great job, but the rocks were there were just too many rocks, and it was taking forever. So I switched to my 9-inch bucket and just dug all the holes that way. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.